My brother shredded my prom dress into ribbons 6 days before the dance, and I told him I hated him. I found it on his bedroom floor, the dress I'd spent 4 months saving for, scattered in pieces like he'd taken scissors to it for fun. I'd bought it secondhand because there was no money for anything new. It didn't hang right, and it was a few years out of fashion, but it was mine, and prom was less than a week away. I screamed his name until he came skidding down the hall looking baffled. What did you do? I shoved a strip of the ruined fabric against his chest hard enough that he stumbled. This was the only one I could afford. You know we don't have money for another. What is wrong with you? He started to say something, but I didn't want it. I told him I hated him and slammed his door so hard, a frame rattled off the wall and cracked on the floor. The next afternoon, I hit every secondhand shop in town. The racks were gutted. Prom was days out. Every other girl had sorted hers out months ago. What formal dresses remained were either 3 sizes off or marked like they belonged in a department store. I walked out of each one feeling smaller. At the last place, I found a green one that nearly fit, but the tag said $60, and I hung it back up and got out before anyone saw my face crumple. My brother kept clear of me after that, which suited me fine, because every time I caught sight of him, I wanted to start screaming again. Mom kept nudging me to talk to him. I couldn't even look at him without picturing the fabric strewn across his carpet like garbage. Ever since my grandfather passed in the winter, everything in our house had felt heavy. Prom was supposed to be one ordinary night where I got to be a normal teenager with a normal life. My grandfather used to tell me I cleaned up better than anyone he knew, that I deserved one night to feel like somebody. I just wanted a few hours to dance with my friends and forget that we never had enough and that he was gone, and that things rarely went right for us. Now even that was wrecked, and by my own brother. I started sitting in my closet, staring at a photo I'd torn from a catalog years earlier and taped to the wall. An elegant dress with this fine beadwork along the bodice that I knew I'd never touch in 10 lifetimes. Looking at it used to make me hopeful. Now it just listed everything out of reach. I used to imagine my grandfather seeing me in something like that and getting choked up the way he did. That was never going to happen now. 3 days out, I told my friends I wasn't coming. They offered to lend me things, but nothing fit, and I was so tired of being the one who always needed rescuing. The night of prom, I sat on my bed in old sweatpants, scrolling through everyone's getting ready photos and fighting not to cry. They looked radiant. I felt like nobody. Around 6, a knock. I ignored it. Another, gentler, then his voice. Please, I need to show you something. I almost told him to leave, but something in how he said it pulled me off the bed. I yanked the door open. He was holding a garment bag. When he unzipped it, I forgot how to breathe. It was the dress from the catalog page, the exact one taped in my closet, except it had been built from the fabric of my destroyed thrift store find, reshaped entirely. Along the bodice ran delicate beadwork I recognized instantly. Is that? I started. Grandpa's, he said quietly. The trim off his old vest, the one Grandma kept in the cedar chest. I found it in the attic. He shifted on his feet. I cut the first dress apart because I couldn't make it work as it was. I panicked when you found the pieces and I didn't know how to explain without ruining it. I stayed up every night teaching myself off videos. Thread costs money, so I skipped lunch for a while. He looked down. Grandpa would have wanted to see you have your night. I pulled him into a hug so tight he wheezed. For about 3 seconds he hugged me back. Then he pried himself loose and said, okay, that's enough. You're going to get tears all over the beading. I made it to prom that night, and when I walked in, I swear I could feel my grandfather somewhere, getting choked up the way he always did.